Hi folks, Forris Day Jr. here with Rolling Tape. Today we have Carole Kirshner, author of Hollywood Game Plan, How to Get a Job in Film, TV, or Digital Entertainment. Now, let's roll tape.
This episode brought to you by Spoof Dance Film Festival. Make parody commercials and bring the funny.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Talk about your book, Hollywood Game Plan, and who could benefit from it.
Okay, so the reason that I wrote Hollywood Game Plan is I saw all of these creative professionals making the same mistakes over and over again, and I realized the reason why was they didn't understand really how the business worked completely or what the unwritten rules were. So that's what I wrote the book about. And the book is about what you need to do to break in and how to succeed in the business. And it covers everything from where to live if you're moving to Los Angeles, to how you prepare for meetings so that you just sort of crush those meetings, and how you deal with rejection, how you follow up, how you network, and how you create your personal, what I call PR strategy. Because as a professional in this business, you're sort of the CEO of your own creative career, and you have to have a marketing campaign.
Right. So you don't just show up in Hollywood and saying, I am amazingly talented and I'm just going to succeed.
You know what? Talent is only the beginning. There's a lot of talented people that never make it because they don't understand the business part of it and the marketing part of it.
So what's your advice to somebody who may be thinking about going out to Hollywood?
I would say have your portfolio ready, have something that you can show that is your work, rather than just saying, as you said, I'm fantastic. Actually be able to prove it and come prepared, really strategize, make sure that you contact everybody you know who knows anybody to see if you can start to get some meetings, even career advice meetings. So that's what I would suggest.
And what a lot of people don't think about when they go out to the West Coast. I'm over here in the East Coast.
Yes.
A lot of people don't think about, how am I going to eat? How am I going to live? And that's part of the Hollywood Game Plan, correct?
It absolutely is. It's what kind of a day job you should get so that you can eat that would be compatible with working in this business. We talk about getting roommates because most people that come here can't afford to live on their own. And there's a lot of people but you don't want to live with a killer. You want to find the right person. We talk about that a little bit.
That's good advice there.
Don't move in with a killer. That's a number one advice.
We can use that for any game plan, I guess.
Yes.
But I guess it's been done too. So, somebody gets out into Hollywood, they book their first meeting. What do they do?
Well, what they do is they prepare like crazy. And there's a couple of different ways to prepare. The first one is to be so prepared with knowing who you're meeting with. You should know who they are, what they do, what their job is, what projects they've been involved in. And then it's ideal if you do some Googling to find out if the two of you have anything in common, maybe where you went to school, maybe that you both play table tennis, maybe that you were in the same fraternity or sorority or organization of any kind, and be ready to bring that up in a natural, organic way, because it'll create a connection between the two of you that will make you stand out. And the other way to prepare is doing something that I call your personal logline and your personal A story. And your personal logline says who you are, what you do, what you want to do, why you're different than other people doing it, and making yourself memorable. And then your personal A story is the answer to the question that everybody that you're going to meet with is going to say to you. So tell me about yourself. And you want to be able to talk for about 3 minutes, doing a narrative, and the story is your life with you as the protagonist. Mentioning your successes and some of your colorful accomplishments. You don't want to be too personal about it. Don't talk about your eating disorder, but but be able to present yourself in a way that's in the best light and that highlights why they should be interested in you.
Okay, the meeting's wrapped up now. What are some common mistakes people make after they say they nail the meeting, but there's got to be an art to ending a meeting also.
There certainly is, and that is that you want to make sure that you're ending the meeting while people are still engaged. You don't want to be ending the meeting after their body language shows you that their eyes have glazed over. So what you do is you just thank somebody graciously for their time, and you ask them if it's okay if you follow up with them, because whoever they are, they're a connection that may be mutually beneficial for both of you down the road. And unless they're a jerk, they're going to say, sure, you can follow up with me. And then you follow up within the first 24 hours to thank them for the meeting and say something about what you got out of the meeting, something specific. And then in another month, just check in with them and say, just let them know how you're doing, make it very brief. Or if you're following the trades and you find out something about them, a project of theirs went, they got good ratings on something, they got married, they sold a project, then you would send them a very short email with a subject line saying, congratulations, and just telling them, you know, you read the good news and wishing them continued success. You could tell them what you're doing. And you can also contact them whenever something good happens to you. You got an agent, you sold a project, you got hired on a television series, anything like that. You finished your web series, you finished your short film, because you want to have something to say to them other than just, hi, how are you? But you can always just in a month, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, just say, just checking in, wanted to know how you're doing. This is what's going on with me. Make it 3 sentences and out. And
Nice.
That's what I'd recommend.
Great advice. Great advice. When you're talking about yourself at the meeting, what's the line between, bragging and just passing the information on?
That is a good question. I talk about this in how you create your personal log line. And if I can do a little plug here, if you go to my website, parkonthelot.com, you can go down to blogs, and there's a free template for how you create your personal log line. So what you want to do is say your successes, but say it humbly. If you just go, I did this and then I did that, and you wouldn't believe who said I'm great. But if you say things like, I was incredibly fortunate that so-and-so was interested in my work and decided to give me the financing. I was fortunate. I'm excited that this happened. It was really inspiring when X happened. You give your successes, and fortunate, grateful, excited, surprised. It takes the jerkiness out of it.
Yes, that's amazing advice. This is stuff I wouldn't think of, and most people probably wouldn't. They just go in and shoot from the hip. So a lot of great advice. Where can people get the book?
You can get it at Amazon, and it's Park on the Lot. No, it's not. That's my website. It's Hollywood Game Plan: How to Land a Job in Film, TV, or Digital Entertainment. And you can get it on the Michael Weesey Productions website or through Amazon.
Okay, now give your website and talk a little bit before we go about what you can do for folks if they contact you.
Sure. So my website is parkonthelot.com, and I am the director of the Writers Guild of America Showrunner Training Program, the CBS Diversity Writers Mentoring Program, and the Humanitas New Voices Program. I'm also an entertainment career coach. And one of the things that I offer people is a free 20-minute strategy session. So if you go to my website, parkonthelot.com, and sign up for a free strategy session, then what we'll do is we'll talk about where you are in your career, where you want to be, and if career coaching can help you get there. And what I do with my clients is we work on their personal PR strategy, which is their personal logline, their personal A story, and their anecdotes that make them colorful and memorable. We come up with a game plan, with a step-by-step game plan of what they need to do to accomplish their goals. And then I follow up with them and keep them accountable, and make sure that they are doing all the things they need to do to achieve the success that they want to. We also talk about how you expand your connections, how to make sure your material, whatever it is blazing hot. And that's what I do with my clients.
And that's your website, parkonthelot.com?
That's it, because if you're in this business, you know you've arrived if you park on the lot.
Ah, see, there's the story. I was gonna ask you, where does that name come from? But you beat me to the punch. Park on the lot.
Right. If you have a meeting and you're at a studio or a network, or you want to go through those gates and have a pass and your own parking spot. So that's Park on the Lot.
Awesome. Thank you, Carole.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for watching this episode of Rolling Tape.